Mauricio, this is Sammy from BN Sports. Man City recently were very known for starting very strong in the first 15 minutes. Is that something you take very much care about it? You want your team to stay in the game in the first 15 minutes? And last season, in the quarterfinal, Man City, when they played against Liverpool, there was so much talk about the atmosphere generated in Anfield last season that helped Liverpool to beat them in the first round. Are you hoping for the new stadium to generate such an atmosphere that can help you, a new player, to get a result against City?
Well, first of all, I think it's going to be a very tough game. Manchester City is one of the best teams on Europe, not only in England. And then, of course, that we're going to start tomorrow the game very aggressive, trying to dominate and being aggressive. And of course, that is a thing that we know very well. We had time to prepare the game. And of course, we were talking about different situations that can happen tomorrow from the beginning. We want to start tomorrow being tough and aggressive and put high tempo on the game. We'll see if we can deliver that situation. And then we cannot guess. I think it's going to be our second game on our new stadium. First game on Champions League. That is complete different competition than Premier League. Of course, that we hope and wish that Moffer is going to be amazing and going to be tough for our opponent and can help us to perform us in the way that we want.
Okay. Craig, do you want to pass the microphone to Moose?
How you doing?
Hi.
Obviously, someone was asked about the comments of and what happened with Danny Rose said last week. Have you spoken to Danny about them?
Look, like Sonny said, I think it's a very delicate situation. It's not easy. It's a very personal situation. How you feel, how you your emotion, how you can manage your emotion. We are here trying to help him and everyone that can feel that emotion being abused about different people. And of course, it's a thing that we are, of course, fighting all together to try to stop. And like Sonny said, he feels the same here because he came from a different country. And of course, it's a thing that is in our society, and it's a thing that we need to fight and be again and all together to try to stop that happen again.
How much has this changed the role of a manager? Because when you played 10 or 15 years ago, managers picked the team, trained the team. Nowadays, you've also got to be a father figure, a counsellor. You've got to be all these things to players. I mean, Danny Rose is not only a left back, he's also a human being, and a human being that's going through.
Yeah, but that when I was a player happened the same. The same situation that he is living now, living for a lot of teammates. When I was in Argentina, I was in France, or when I was in Spain. It's not that new. That is the big problem. The big issue that is not new for us, because happened in the past, and it's a thing that it's true that now happen less, because we are all again and we are fighting, But it's true that this 30 years ago happened in Argentina. Happened with some teammates in Spain or in France. It's a thing that is not only that Danny suffered the other day. Was Sterling, was different people, and different, like I told you before, that happened with people on the street. And you and me, we don't know. We didn't know that happened yesterday. And maybe suffer more than the people that you know. And that is why it's a thing that we need to all together to try to stop. But it's not only in football; it's in all the different areas and a different situation. And that is what is more painful. That people that cannot go and say, "I feel bad because some people abuse about myself because I am different." That is the most painful thing when I think people like Danny or Sterling, of course, we are very solidary with them, but they have the capacity or the power because they are famous people that can, remember the word that we used to denunciar.
Platform. You've got the platform.
Denounce.
haven't you?
Denounce. Denounce.
Sorry.
You know, it's how many people are there outside and cannot say nothing and only can go home and cry. You know, that is a point to talk to. I told you in the past in my press conference that is a thing that I hate, and if I'm going to do everything to try to stop that, all that is in my hand.
Okay, question from Jack.
Mauricio, this is your first Champions League quarter-final, Tottenham's second game in the new stadium. Is this going to be the biggest game of your life?
Yes, maybe like a coach, yes. Yes, I think yes. This is going to be one of the most important game. Thinking too that this for us is a bonus, is to be here today and to have the possibility to play in quarterfinals with all the circumstances. I think it's a massive bonus for us. But we are going to try. We are going to try to beat them. The objective is to be on the semi-final. It's going to be tough because Manchester City is a very, very good team, and of course we respect a lot them, and it's going to be tough. We know very well that it's going to be tough the games against them. Sorry.
Okay, take a question here from Paul.
Hi Mauricio, Pep Guardiola has always been keen to play down the whole quadruple thing with so many games coming at this stage of the season for Man City. Do you think they are capable of winning the quadruple? And the pressure that comes with trying to do that cannot.
That is a question for him. You know, we are going to try to do our job and try to win tomorrow to beat them. But of course, that Manchester City is in the last few years building to try to win everything. And of course, they have a very good squad, very good player. He is one of the best manager or the best manager on the world. If one club or one team is capable to win everything, is Manchester City today. It's in a very good place.
Okay, any more for the manager? Go Samuel Lee and then we'll go Carrie.
Mauricio, you played very well when you managed Espanyol against Guardiola's Barcelona, right? Yeah, and I think that experience will give you some kind of advantage for your tomorrow's game. So how do you think your experience to play against Guardiola many times in before will help you tomorrow?
You know, during 4 years that we met there on Spain, we play a lot of games against, and always was tough to play against Barcelona. And of course that we try to make difficult all the game. I think they know and he knows that we are brave playing football, that we like to go forward, to try to be aggressive, to be protagonists. Of course, after the quality of the player on the pitch is going to put the victory in one or another side. But the most important that we are aggressive, and tomorrow we are going to be aggressive and try to play and try to be protagonists and try to beat them. It's difficult to see in some games that we plan to go and to wait them, you know, because that is always in our mind. When 10 years ago, for first time we met, always I remember the first game that we played was in Montjuic, 0-0, Copa del Rey, and you start to see how we wanted to play, and of course respect always the opponent and knowing that they have a lot of talent and they are so good, but being brave and trying to win the game, that is our challenge, and tomorrow is going to be the same.
Okay, Carrie.
Mauricio, in 2016, Pep Guardiola was on a 6-match winning perfect start to his Premier League campaign as the manager until he went to White Hart Lane for the first time and he was defeated 2-0. There's only actually one notable absentee from your team that lined up that day, and that's Kyle Walker. All of the players still remain in your side, could all start in the lineup tomorrow. How important is the growth they've made?
Yes, when you remember that situation, I think we are still 99% or 95% of the players still are in our squad. And then when you see the squad of Manchester City, I think 5% or 10% only player that played that game nearly 3 years ago. And I think it's show the evolution of different teams and clubs. And of course, for me, that victory is in the past. I think Manchester City is doing fantastic. For me, is today clear favorite to win the Premier League and of course the Champions League, and is in the final of the FA Cup, won the Capital One, the Carabao Cup, and of course it's going to be tough for us, but only we are thinking today, and tomorrow we need to be ready. I think it's not important in what happened in 2016. It's only there. It's only a game that we won, but now it's completely different competition, and it's going to be the game so different than it was before.
Okay. David then finish with Gary and Matt. All right, David.
Mauricio, you often talk about bravery. We've heard you do that an awful lot, but is the key tomorrow to impose yourself on Manchester City rather than be reactive and wait for them to come to you?
To talk in theory before, a priori before the game is so easy to plan and to prepare, and all the strategy are good. The problem is after to delivery, and we know very well that City is doing fantastic. They have unbelievable player, one of the best staff with coaching staff and manager on the wall, and of course it's going to be tough. And then we are going to play quarterfinals. We are not going to play a friendly game. And quarterfinals, the big players, the big team always they love to play this type of game, and we need to be sure to match their motivation and their desire, and then match nearly everything. And then the thing that we cannot match, or maybe they cannot match, is about when we talk only about talent inside to the pitch. I think in different situations we need to match Manchester City, and then it's going to see. It's going to be 11 by 11 player, and hope that win the best team, and hope that is my team is going to be best than them.
Okay, Gary, finish with Matt Law.
Mauricio, you've mentioned the aggression and bravery quite a few times, and you perhaps didn't say that before the semi-final with Chelsea. Is there something you've seen in Manchester City's team that makes you think that they've got a weakness in terms of if you get at them quite early on?
No, I think the opposite. I think the opposite. All that Manchester City are winning and they are achieving is because they match all the opponent and their aggressivity. They run the same. And then, because they have unbelievable quality, then show the quality and win the games. But it's like happened with us that we were talking in the last few weeks. If we are not capable to match Southampton in their motivation and their desire, we are not capable to match Burnley. On the end you are going to, or you need massive talent that you no need to run, you don't need to fight. And because every time that you are going to take the ball, you are going to score. If not, it's impossible. But today in football, that the balance is in between all the team are close. The first of all that you need to do is to run. Because De Bruyne, David Silva, Bernardo Silva, Sterling, Gabriel Jesus, the same Agüero, are players that before to start to play, they start to run, press, they are aggressive, they fight for every single ball. And today that is football. And Manchester City, the strength of Manchester City is not the quality. Of course, it's after the quality, but it's first of all the desire and the will to fight and to match all the opponent. And then, of course, because they have unbelievable quality, they can win more than lose games.
Okay. Matt, last question, please.
Mauricio.
Yes.
Hi.
Sorry.
It's okay. Have you read at all about the proposed changes to the Champions League, what some of the European clubs would like to do with the competition that the English clubs...
I don't read too much, only I hear, but I really
They want to
understand.
make it more games and an even bigger competition, basically. I just wondered whether you have any thoughts on...
But I hear that the Premier League is again, no?
Yes.
That happened.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how we can deal with more games and another competition. Here in England, it's different to maybe to Sherman or to France or to Spain or Italy. Maybe they have more time maybe to add, or they have space to add another competition. But here in England, it's another competition. It's going to be too tough. Maybe we need to talk about to extend the numbers in our squad player, but it's going to be tough and it's going to be difficult to manage everything. I think today we all suffering a lot because after the World Cup, with a lot of players involved, how affect after is massive, and it's so difficult to handle and to manage all the players. I think to add another competition is going to be tough. But I don't know. I hear that the Premier League was again to add another competition.